Happy Sunday, everyone. It's a beautiful day out there, and I think it's time for another sketchbook tour. Let's get the sketchbook. We are looking for sketchbook number 6. There it is. I'll see you back at the studio. Okay, here we go. This is sketchbook number 6. This was started in July 11th of 2010 and finished March 2nd of 2011. Wow, I took some time on this one. Anyways, let's jump into it. The first spread was a portrait of Jane, I believe her name was. I think I was still working at Starbucks. And there was a situation where on my breaks, there were 2 chairs facing each other. I would sit in one chair. They were like comfy cushioned seats, and a customer would typically sit in the opposite seat, and I would ask them if I could draw them. And there were so many of these scenarios, and it gave me a great chance to practice my portrait drawing. So this one was Jane, I think her name was. Unfortunately and cruelly, I put this plain Jane Scrabble tile set up on this spread. You'll also see a lot of type integrated into my spreads in this sketchbook. I think I was still interested in working with that. This was a great Brazilian pastry shop near my apartment at that time. I used to drop by there for custard cupcakes, really delicious. Person sketch. This is at Sugar Beach down in downtown Toronto along the Waterfront. Over here you had the old Red Path sugar refinery, and across this quay you had this sort of contemporary beach that was designed. It's a great location to sketch. And I think you'll see a few more spreads of this particular area. Practicing my, whatever that calligraphy style is called. Not too sure what was going on here. That's acrylic paint for sure. People sketching. This is Sugar Beach, the spread that I showed you earlier. This is the Red Path Sugar Refinery, and that's the quay that separates the beach over here from the refinery. It's no longer functioning as a refinery. I think I haven't been down there in years, so it might be a condo development for all I know. But it's a great place actually to see these great big tankers move in, and I'm quite impressed with the scale of these tankers. There's the CN Tower in the background. Again, I think this was done at the Red Path Sugar Refinery. These are one of the cranes, I think, that offload cargo from these big tanker ships. Perhaps the Red Path Sugar Refinery is still operational. I don't know. St. Lawrence Market sketch. People sketching, again, integration of type and image. I'm actually quite impressed with that gradation within each of the letters. People sketching. A drawing of a restaurant. More people sketching. Some hand lettering with some odds and ends. Again, this was in the Starbucks I worked at. This was Subi. He was sitting across from me that day on August 29th, 2010. I called it the hot seat. Just fooling around. This was at the distillery, old district in Toronto that distilled alcohol at that point. And they have these beautiful brick warehouse spaces that have been converted into coffee shops and retail outlets for high-end clothing, shoes, a lot of restaurants down there as well. Janet on the hot seat, August 31st, 2010. I look at these portraits now. This actually is not too bad, but they look really primitive to me compared to what I'm doing these days in my sketchbook. And you'll see more of my current sketchbooks. I'm actually doing a series right now that I'm drawing every day for a year, and I'm uploading week by week what I've been doing in my sketchbooks. So check that out if you have a chance. The St. Lawrence Market, more complete view of the surrounding area surrounding the market. Odds and ends, another customer in the hot seat, September 2nd there. Yeah, these portrait drawings are really primitive, but you had to start somewhere. I had to start somewhere, and this is where I started. I'm glad to say that I could see the improvement in my technique. My drawing of people are a lot more looser, a bit more confident with line work. It's really, I see this and I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't too sure about a lot of this stuff. On the hot seat again. Some entries, people. I'm surprised to see a subway drawing so late in the game, but apparently I didn't start subway sketching until September 25th of 2010. My attempt at acrylic painting. More acrylic painting. There's quite a heft to it. I gessoed these pages, and I like the heft. I'm not too fond of the imagery, but I like the substantialness of these spreads. More hot seat drawings. Hot seat. There's Subi again. Subi once again. That's not too bad. That's a pencil drawing. Again, like I said, I was integrating type and image again, and I think this actually turned out quite well. Michael, I assume, is that gentleman there. Wow, I like this spread. I forgot about this. Giles. Again, I think he was in the hot seat. I like everything about this spread. I like how I just splashed the name Spokane for whatever reason across and put some, I guess, tattoo-like imagery within the K. I like the different typefaces there. This is actually very nice. November 9th of 2010. Hot seat shots. Where was this? Dufferin Mall. More Dufferin Mall. Dufferin Mall is a mall near the apartment I used to live at. I'd go there to the food court and just have a coffee and draw people. And there were a lot of retired gentlemen there who sat around, just chewed the fat, and they gave me a great opportunity to draw relatively stationary people. Mall rats. Fooling around with type. Natalie, concept artist in training. This, I remember, she was a Starbucks customer who would come in, and I got to know her a bit, and she was a concept artist. And during my breaks, fortunately she was around during my breaks, we'd sit facing each other and sketch each other. So that was a great chance. I wonder what she's doing now. Subway sketching. I think these are subway people. This is the ride from where I used to live, Dundas Station, up to where I currently am at Finch Station. Just fooling around with, I guess, map-like scenarios. Sue, November 20th. That's actually quite a nice drawing. More acrylic painting experimentation. I am drinking a hot Chandler Nagor, aka tea chai. Chandler, I guess that's what it's called. Balzac's coffee shop down in the Distillery District. I'll have to revisit that place again. The interesting about the Distillery District I forgot to mention was that they have all these series of art studios housed housing artists of different types, painters, jewelry makers, clothing designers. It's quite the artsy scene down there. This was the laundromat near my Dundas Street apartment. People, as you can see in this one, I'm getting really specific with drawing people now. It's not about scenes anymore. She looks like Alora and is Alora. I guessed correctly. This actually is quite a nice drawing. Where was this? Noir. I don't really know that. Daniel. I think this was at the Starbucks. That's one of the seats that people would sit in, and there'd be another seat over here, and I'd sit in that one and draw that person there across from me. Grande ice water. My father, he's an ongoing subject. He's it's, for me, it's difficult to draw my father because, of course, I know him so well, and I'd like to get that drawing done perfectly, but I'm not there yet. Subway drawing, by the looks of it. Ink spill at the ROM. I don't think I ink spilled at the ROM. That was after I got back to my place. Young and Blur Starbucks. Oh, that's cool. My brother-in-law, Adam, it kind of looks like him. My younger sister looks nothing like her. And a sleeping man at Starbucks. I like, when I draw a spread, I like mashing images together. I like the messiness of it. It just somehow feels better to me than just one image sitting in the middle of a spread. Yeah, junk spread. It happens. You just forget about it and move on to the next spread. An odd dream to start 2011. Okay, I'm not too sure what I was drinking the night before, but I guess it produced this type of imagery in my dream. Again, I think this is in the hot seat because it's head on with the person that I'm drawing. More people drawing. People drawing. I kind of like this juxtaposition of one side of the spread really crammed with imagery and the other side just a lonely figure there. I like that contrast. Jimmy, Starbucks. I think this coffee spill was choreographed. I don't think I'm that clumsy spilling a coffee onto my sketchbook pages. Actually, I like that series right there. That's nice. Just looking at the line work now, I could tell I used the fine point pen nib, a pen. I think that's when James Jean, the really popular and ultra talented artist, was going through his black pen phase, and everybody hopped on that bandwagon asking, oh, what pen did he use? And there was a lot of people trying to mimic his style with that same drawing tool. Unfortunately, I was guilty of that as well. I didn't get his exact pen, but I did start drawing in black pen. That quote always of, I don't remember who said it, if you're always following a trend, you'll never create something original because you're just following what's popular and you'll not have your own ideas. And that's so true. That keeps on popping in my head. That's Natalie from The Concept Artist. Subway State. Subway drawings. I like this. My subway drawings right now, to this day, are a bit more singular. Instead of dropping a lot of faces in one spread like this one here, I would just draw one figure. Perhaps two, or a scene of a line of passengers sitting beside each other. It's interesting to see how I've evolved. Bloor Gladstone Library. Cool. She looks like a Shelley. And also introducing Usman. That's cool. I like that type treatment. Another messy spread. Okay, that's it. That ends sketchbook number 6, Sketchbook Tour. I hope you liked it. If you do, hit the like below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll see you next time on Sketchbook Tour number 7. Have a good day. Talk to you later.